Hey, fancy meeting you here in this little old place. I'm Tish, and this is Echo Echo, back here with another reaction to, well, it's Elomir, but it's Elomir before Elomir was Elomir. Or maybe they were thinking of it in this time. It's bothering me that my bun is uneven. Sorry, did you hear the dogs then? 'Cause my dad was coming inside. I didn't even think he'd be here. Anyway, so I taped a video the other night that was about a van and Toan. It was pretty interesting, but the audio on their videos didn't work because I wanted to be fancy and wear a headphone, even though it looked terrible. I like a bun. I'm touching the wrong side. That's the side I want. Sorry, everyone. Okay, have got a brooch on. Rainbow Rough is what I wore to work today. I've also been working on a parody of Jasmine Elizabeth's rank up video, the cringy rank up video. I got carbonated water in my eyes, and it'll be worth it for the gag, but it still hurts a little bit. Anyway, so I found these old videos from Van and Toan, and I thought they were really interesting. So they were in a business. They've been in some ones that I just had never even heard of, you know. And even on this one, Nerium, are you doing it for the money? So the VTN Enterprises is where I saw this the other day. And then we've got how do you build a successful business with young children? And it's from a place called Power Couple TV. Yeah. And you can see, you know, the scammy, schemy, scam-ish, in my opinion. Scamish ways of the uh Nguyen. I don't know how to pronounce that. Nguyen, I think. Vietnamese name. I'm pretty sure it's Vietnamese. Anyway, the other one I wanted to watch, it was a oh, oh. This makeup artist kept putting lipstick on my eye. Oh, she's trying to do what Judy does. All right. So, oh, I love Anna Marie Forcino. I love her. Okay. I don't want to watch that one, but I don't know if this is going to be relevant here. How do you build a successful business? 6 minutes 15. All right, we're going to go to VTN Enterprises because so you can see, so they were with a company called BioRains. Before that, they were with a company called, oh, what was it again? Now, World. And that is a like personal, what is it? Um, life sensing technology. So I think it was like wearable technology, like, you know, Apple Watch, etc. And there's a couple of other goodies here too, which I have saved. Ooh, that looks good too. Mastering the art of recruiting, how to crush it with call parties. You know, like you can have a look. It goes back 11 years, I'm pretty sure. 11 years. And you can see here, Toan, 6-figure income testimonial at the executive something. It it's won't come up. Executive director banquet. So they've been in this for a while, and the speech that I'm going to have a look at is from their Finding Your Purpose.
For Van and Toan, win!
Did you see like those people who were like sitting in those really comfy chairs in the front? They look really lush. I'm ready with my post-its. We've got the It's All About the Money. Source? Question mark? Oh my god. I'm terrible. And the OG health claims. I'm ready.
Guys, we are in Vegas. How is everyone feeling? So much better. Well, guys, thank you so much for
I hate when people are like, that's not a good enough greeting. How are you feeling? Woo! Leave me alone. Let me watch. But also, in Chelsea's video that where they were in the summer symposium with iGenius, they the guy who was like, "You didn't hype me up enough. I'm gonna re-enter." What? Pathetic.
that applause. I mean, for me, I get nervous after 12 years of being in this industry. Public speaking is still one of my biggest fears. But the one thing we know as leaders is you conquer your fears daily, right? Yes. So, first, before we get into it, I definitely want to go ahead and just thank the executive team, Fabio, for creating this for all of us. We're so grateful for everything that you guys have provided for us. And to Matt, Shalita, Chad, and Tina, I have nothing to say beyond words that we're so grateful for your guys' leadership. And everyone in this room has positively impacted our lives in the last year that we've been with this company. So I definitely want to say thank you to everyone that has taken a small part in a
A
big
year. So they've only been a year with that company. And this is from 2017. So 2016. They obviously bought a team with them. And then they went to Bahrain's. Like these guys have been MLM hoppers. What do we want? Whole world, sorry. And it's Fabio, but is it the Fabio? Because well, it's actually really hard to find anything about it because um the company isn't there anymore. So they're official. World GN Pro. Let's have a look. Ready? Sorry, my internet's really slow. Oh, God, hurry up. What are you doing, computer? But, it's not gonna load. Who cares? So it was started by a dude called Fabio, but I don't know if it's the Fabio, right? Oh no, probably not because it says Fabio Goldie. Realized that communication technology, microprocessors, and sensors had advanced to a point where, combined with the unique access to committed customers worldwide, he could bring people to a new level of consciousness where finally this technology can interact with people's senses. Word salad, word salad, word salad, word salad. Yeah, great. Great, 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 great. I still don't really know what they sell. About us. Okay, and this is what I want to show you. Ooh. Ta-da! All right, so wonder if they got shut down. Who knows? Might have to do a little bit of research. I said that last time too. Might have to do a little bit of research. And I didn't do any research in between now and then. Surely there'll be something on it behind MLM. Anyway, let's get back to this crappy speech.
Change in Toan and I's life. So we're so grateful for all of you guys. Let's give them a round of applause. Very, very happy. We really appreciate you guys being here. So thank you so much. So real quick, we have a huge topic that we want to be able to impact you guys in a very, very big way. And I think everything starts with your why. Okay, so a lot of people, they put this on the back burner.
Can I just apologize? This is obviously taped by somebody holding a phone in the crowd, so the sound is terrible and it's a bit shaky. Not just before though, that was me trying to put my laptop on the right level.
You say, okay, I want to focus on the how-tos. I want to focus on the nuts and bolts. All that doesn't matter unless you have a strong, white-hot, burning desire. You have to be extremely hungry because you're going to go through so many obstacles, especially just from what you heard from Fabio. You know that there's challenges in the technology space.
So it sounds to me like he's, gearing up for because this is finding your purpose. And it's like, well, you know, we face so many challenges. It's like you've got to go beyond that. Feels like it's going to be overcoming objections here.
And you're going to need to overcome a tremendous amount of obstacles. So Ben is going to go ahead and talk to you about how to be able to build that strong desire for yourself. So for me, I want you guys to know that everything that has been announced so far has been so powerful beyond belief. And I think some of us don't even get the magnitude of what was announced. But here's the reality. It doesn't mean anything if you don't stick it through. Bottom line, guys, they are announcing and setting up the craziest company out there for you to win in, but you won't win if you don't stick it through. And the only way you'll stick it through is what Toan said. You have to have a strong why. Know what your purpose is in life, because that's what's going to carry you through all the discouragement. Get ready, that you're going to have to embrace.
Yeah. People are going to say that you shouldn't do it. They're going to discourage you because it's a scam. But also, you have to stick it out. It's the same thing. The only people who lose in MLMs are those who quit. No, there's a lot of other people who lose out in MLMs. She just spoke with so much hyperbole too. It was, these are the most amazing, brilliant, life-changing things ever. And if you don't take this by the horns and do this thing, you need to stick to it. All right. And then the why they're going to talk about is going to be like, how can I make you feel guilty enough to stay in the business? But it is going to be me. It's going to be about money.
God doesn't give you a gift without giving you problems. And until you solve the problems, you'll never receive the gift. You guys agree with me? Guys, I'm telling you, in our 12+ year career, it was not smooth sailing by any means. We started when I was 19. Toan was 17 years old, technically started in a scam. And the company wasn't totally legit. And he finally joined a legal company at 18 years old. And can you imagine trying to be an entrepreneur that young? We went through so many struggles. But here is what really turned us and got us motivated, excited, and got us through everything was when I was 23. We were married and we had our first child, our daughter Madeline. She was the starting reason why we needed to figure it out. Because guys, you can have the best product, you can have the best company, but if you don't have the right mentality, it means nothing to you in your life.
Because it's not about the product or whatever. It's about that. Like my theory watching this for the first time was that Vance definitely the more dominant partner. Hey, Wilbur. Wilbur. Hey, get away. I'm getting my notes out because there's little things I learn along the way that are curious. Oh, here we go. Uh, 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 uh. And him being 17 when she's 19, it kind of explains a lot because she's a little bit older. She would doesn't necessarily mean that he wouldn't be dominant, but it does seem that way. Remember, she is the one who's the CEO of Elomir. She is the one who's the face of it. She's really driving that one. And Toan has his, what is it? Definity Fi or something like that. I'll have to look it up. God doesn't give you a blessing without a problem. Make up something that isn't so hard. Like that, sure. Yeah, and now they're going to use the children, and let's guess about whether they're going to do some parent shaming here. Probably, but she just admitted herself. The product, the company doesn't matter if you don't, you know, keep going through with it. So, because it is about money, and that's what sticking it out is, earning the money.
Because you'll never figure it out. And until you have that internal drive, we can listen to motivation, we can listen to YouTube channels, we can listen to the speech, but it will never do anything if you don't have the internal drive to take action now. And what I want to tell you guys is take time figuring out why are you going to build this business? Why do you want to be successful in life? Because it can never be money. This is the one story that I spend with our newest partners, and I tell them this to show them how powerful it is to find a strong why. I want you guys to close your eyes, and I want you to imagine there's two buildings. One building is called your current reality, which is your life right now. Imagine it being separated 4 miles apart, 100 stories high, no windows, no doors. The only way to get from one building to the second building called your dreams, you have to cross it on a tightrope. So you're going to go across a 100-story building 4 miles to get to your dreams. Would you guys agree with me that if you fall off that rope, it's instant death, right? Okay? We all come into this business thinking money's going to motivate us, thinking the hype is going to keep us going. Well, imagine $100 sitting on that second building. Would you get on that tightrope for $100? No, right? Would you get on that building for $1,000? Would you get on that building for $100,000? Okay, some of you guys might be like in the middle, like, yes, no, maybe so. But when it comes down to it, the moment you stick your foot on that rope, you look down, you're probably going to say, maybe not today, it's too windy. Then you'll come back and say, maybe not today, it's too cold, I might sugar and fall. You start making excuses. And we all believe money is going to drive us. But guys, that's not the case. The rope, it's your business. You need something that will push you to get on that rope. Now take away the dollar side. Imagine the person you love the most. Your kids, your mom, your dad, your boyfriend, your husband, your significant other. Imagine them standing on that other building. And let's say the building is on fire. Would you get on that rope and go save them?
And imagine that, like, there's a cholera breakout, and imagine that there's man-eating crocodiles in there, and imagine this is stupid because it's not a good analogy to use. So from my building to my dream, okay, it's not a tightrope. There are there's training along the way that would make me able to walk the tightrope. My dream, I love being a teacher. That's my dream. I love it. I also really love anything creative, being an artist. Don't call me Gabby Hanna, please. And basically going to university, that's a little bit of training. Going and doing professional development, doing professional practice. My years teaching, that gets me across to the finish line. And everyone else, you know, whatever their training is to walk that tightrope. Okay, it's not a good comparison to make. It's just not. And it just feels like you've got more things to combat objections, okay? Because you're going to say, I thought you said you wanted to get to that building. You said you wanted to get to the building. Well, the building is with you. You've got to get it. And the only way there is this tightrope. So that's accurate. Like, it's pretty accurate that it is like walking a tightrope in the MLM world because 1% of people are making it across and get their dream. Or maybe it is more accurate than she thinks, than I think. I'm like rethinking it now. And I said think way too many times then. Sorry. You can see it's not the same thing. I understand why she's saying it because she wants them to think of like it's life or death. I have to save them. And saving them means joining an MLM. Do you know what I mean? Mm. Oh, the other thing I just remembered, Toan and Van were in legal prepaid legal, which, if you remember, Jody Arias was with Travis. Why don't I remember his name? Poor Travis. I mean, he was a bit of a player. Like, he should have, and he just should have. I'm not victim blaming. It's tragic that he was killed. But, sorry. Trigger, what am I talking about? This, prepaid legal. He met Jody at a prepaid legal seminar and she joined up. So it was very weird. And he was a Mormon as well. And I think they were. Oh, I don't know if they were Utah based, but it all ended pretty badly. Okay, back to this crap.
Yes. What if the rope was on fire? You only had 10 minutes to get from one side to the other. What are you going to do? You're going to tie a towel around your neck and fly across that building, whatever it takes, right? That's
Doesn't mean
exactly the drive.
it doesn't mean you'll get there. Like, you're still as unskilled as before. Like, that's what I mean by it's not a good comparison.
That you need in this business to know why you're going to build it. Every time you wake up, you have a passion to go make it happen and find the solution to all your problems. Because if you're just going to persist on complaining, you're never going to get further than where you are at today. They say if you're not growing, you're dying, right? So you got to have a why that pulls your heartstrings so strong that it doesn't matter what the obstacle is in front of you, you get on that road, which is your business, and every day you build it without making an excuse, without reasoning why you should do it tomorrow, next week, next month, next year, and guess what? By next year, year, you won't even be at the next convention. You just let a tiny minor obstacle that you made up in your head to be something so big stop you from achieving your goals for your family. So why is why so powerful? Why we spend so much time with our new people to find it? Because the moment they feel discouragement, if they have something strong in their heart, it will kick them back into gear and get them moving in their business and not let those little obstacles stop them from going to their dreams. All of you guys are sitting in this room wishing that team member had showed up, but they let that obstacle get in that way, and that's why they're not sitting in Las Vegas right now. It's because
So she's already, again, obstacles. Guess what some of the obstacles are? Your friends and family who say that this is a scam. And her benchmark was, you won't be here in Las Vegas next year, because you'll put it off for this day, this day. And soon enough, you won't be here, probably paying a lot of money to attend and get there, etc., etc. Now, I believe that they joined BioRains like within a year of this. So, how ironic that she wouldn't be in the room the year after. And she also said something about, we know your why so that we can remind you of it this day, this day, this day. So it's to manipulate people, to keep them in. And why? Because she wants and gets money.
they haven't discovered their why or their purpose. And I can tell you, every day, Toan and I struggle with so many different things, but the moment you call me, I'm telling you, my conviction in my voice is so strong because nothing, no one will stop me from giving a good life to my kids. I've seen the bad in life where we couldn't afford to buy things, we were on government aid, and I've seen the good life where we were making money. And guys, I am not a flashy person, but I can tell you I'd rather have money than no money at all because it feels way better when you have choice, right? So I'm telling you guys that story.
That's not profound. I mean, duh. Duh. Of course. But how much money do you need? Like, just saying.
Helping the new person and helping yourself discover why you were put on this earth is all you truly need to become successful because everything else you will figure out along the way.
That's right. I remember this bit. Look at them looking at each other. This will keep some of the people in. This is good propaganda. No, a knowing nod. Now, I was being a smart ass. Now I can't remember what she just said. You'll figure it out. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what your expertise are, because you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out. I need to watch that again because I was going to say something else. Sorry.
Helping the new person and helping yourself discover why you were put on this earth.
Oh, yeah. Why you were put on this earth. It wasn't to be a network marketer. Like no one's, if there was, in The Simpsons when they are the rocket going to the moon because there's going to be, or going somewhere to the Mars or whatever, because the Earth is going to be destroyed. And they, have people going onto the ship that is going to save humankind. Our network marketer's not going to be on that ship. They're going to be on the ship with Rosie O'Donnell and Bart and Homer. Clang, clang, clang with the trolley. I'm a good singer. And I think she goes on about figuring it out.
It's all you truly need to become successful because everything else you will figure out along the way.
8% of your business is mindset, 20% of it is skill set.
So if you focus on that mentality,
80% is mindset, 20% is skill set. He just said the quiet part out loud. You're saying that 80% of it is trying to convince people to do the work and stay keen on doing the work.
if you just really get yourself focused, you will go through the brick wall just to make sure you achieve it. I'll tell you this, we've gone through a lot, 15 years in the industry now. I remember when I was 18 years old, none of my friends supported me. And if the friends did sign up, they were like broke. Like they couldn't date a lot of other 18-year-olds, which is not bad, but they didn't go as far as I wanted. I remember when going to the ATM machine, I was punching in $20, and it denied me because there was only $18.50, and I was pissed. Am I the only one? Everybody.
He wants the relatable. I'm being relatable with anyone in the crowd because these guys, people who do speeches at these conventions, they're the successful ones, and they're going to be telling the stories to keep people in. And you can be like me. I was once like you. I once went to the ATM and couldn't get out $20. So it's a manipulation technique to make them more relatable.
Here has a story. Even the people in the front, you're like, oh, once I hit president, millionaire, I will have more problems. Trust me, the guys and the gals in the front have more problems than anybody else. They just don't show it.
Wah. The people in the front, the ones who obviously making a lot more money. Like what? We're supposed to feel sorry for the uplines and the C-suite, the board of directors. We're supposed to feel sorry for them because they got more money, more problems. Like that was a weird path to sort of take us.
Fact. I remember convention. You know how many people actually register and actually went? Years ago, when then I went to a convention in a different company, we drove from California to Vegas, same scenario, right? We drove in her Mercedes with her daughter, who was 91 years old. She was 1 year old. We were driving. We were so broke we never did maintenance on the Mercedes, so we were broke, looking sharp. Y'all get that along the way.
Ballers on a budget.
Ballers on a budget. Halfway there, mind you, this
All is on a budget. That's interesting that they even have like a little hashtag. It's so contrived, manufactured, fake, and it's a shame that people see these people and think there's something to aspire to.
is like summertime, 120, 130 degrees, and the car breaks down halfway. You ever driven? You don't want to break down all the way to Vegas. It breaks down, no electricity. Our daughter is 1 year old. We're like trying to we have orange juice trying to make sure that she's like hydrated and everything. Guys were freaking out. We had a friend that had his truck with a U-Haul, put the Mercedes on the U-Haul. And most people, I guarantee this, most people say, you know what? We got so much problems, we should just go home. We didn't. We U-Hauled our broke down Mercedes to the convention. And how much was it for the whole thing? It was like $1,200 or whatever.
It was going to cost us $1,200 to get it working.
And we stayed at the convention, focused, ready to grow as a person.
This is another thing that they'll use an objection, use for an objection. We broke down, but we still came to convention. We had our 1-year-old daughter. We could have gone home, but we didn't. We came to convention. We followed through. We were good for our word. But did you catch that? They're driving a Mercedes. Look, in Australia, that's a pretty fancy car. I don't know about America, but I'm not feeling very sorry for them. And they're using it as a way of saying you need to get to convention because we did.
I'm telling you, the worst part is because we couldn't afford to pay for it to get fixed. We actually U-hauled it back home and said we'll figure it out when we're done with convention. That's our motto. We'll figure it out. I'll tell you one more story, and then Ben has another one. But my favorite story is when Dominic was born, our second. And I remember, we were obviously very excited, but we were broke. Man went back to a job, and it emotionally affected me because I didn't want her to go back to work. But we have to get things done. And I remember she took maternity leave, and it was basically day of Dominic's arrival, and there was problems, right? She caught an infection, and we were nervous, if Dominic was if was something that happened to Dominic, something that happened to Van. It was nerve-wracking. But out of all that, when Dominic was born, Van looked at me, even though she had an infection, even though Dominic had an infection. Van looked at me and I said, look, there's no point of you staying here. You need to go out there and go into someone's living room and do a freaking presentation. Excuse my language, I think these are other words.
And you went, obviously. Your child, sometimes it feels like they're telling on themselves of how much they've given to network marketing. And I'm just trying to think of how to say it. Just how warped their sense of reality is because you're in hospital, your baby has an infection, you just had it. I would want support, and you're thinking about money because that's what it's about. Having a couple of days off, because don't you say that you can do this in your own time, pockets of time? You have control over what you're doing and your work schedule. You couldn't schedule yourself a few days off to care for a newborn and support each other. I'm sure that the baby would have really appreciated the father being there during this time, even if our baby wouldn't be able to remember it. Sensing love would be nice. I think this is a really gross story, to be honest. And look at her smile. Yeah, that's me. This is the CEO of Elomir. Okay? This is what and this is why I wanted to watch it. This is what her MO is about. This is her belief system. The business over everything.
I told him by the time I was off maternity leave, I didn't want to go back to a job. So that's why I kicked him out of here. True story, after Dominic was born, we never went back to a JOB ever again. Dominic's fine now. And why are we telling you guys this story? Because all of you guys see the glory of Toan and Van hitting blah, blah, blah in X amount of days. But you didn't see that 12 years leading up to, it was 7.5 years before we broke it in network marketing. You guys.
I don't really like how arrogant she is. And, she basically put herself up on that pedestal a little like a Miss Jessie Lee Wood. Hashtag mostly. And, yeah. It's like anything. You worked in the business, you worked it out, you know what the system is, and then I'm going to say possibly brought a team to this company because you said you'd only been in a year. So
Healed up. They made 6 figures in 2 months. No, it was 7.5 years of being stupid in network marketing until we made 7 figures or 6 figures. Now you hear the glory, but the only reason why we got here was because our why was so strong.
luck. That's how you got there. And just keeping on looking for opportunities. It was calculated. It was nothing else. Okay, that's what kept you in network marketing. Luck, made you successful.
And it didn't matter the obstacle, it didn't matter the opinion, it didn't matter the people's, especially my own family, telling me that I did a pyramid scam, that I am not an intellectual person for getting into network marketing. None of that stopped us because we knew why we were here and why we were building our business every day. It was for our kids to be home with them, to give them the philosophies we believe in versus Barney giving it to them. That meant more to me and Toan than anybody's words that could stop us. So guys, I'm telling you this, my daughter is 8, my son is 5, and anybody that meets our kids, they're so blown away by how mature our 2 kids are, because it's safe to say that from the moment Dominic was born and when Maddie was 2.5 years old, we never left their side because we decided that no matter what, we were going to figure it out to be home with them every single day, to raise them and grow them into well-rounded kids that we instilled the philosophies that we believe they should have. And guys, it is the most powerful thing to say that we get to be stay-at-home parents with our kids every single day, and we truly get to live a life that most people only dream of doing but never get done.
And why did you leave this company? Why did you leave network marketing? Why did you make your own company if you're living your dream? And you don't have to be around your children 24/7 to be a good parent. In fact, I would argue that sometimes that is bad because you are there for every sort of problem, and this children won't learn resilience and things like that. This sort of helicopter parenting, it's not good. Okay, it's the same with oh, I retired my husband and now we spend every minute together. It's like, it's not healthy. It's good to get away from other people and to parent shame people. There are parents who work a 9 to 5, have children in care or at school, and they're good parents, and the children are good too, and the children turn out fine. There are people who spend all their life with their children and homeschool them and they end up in jail. It's not a recipe for certain success. As a teacher, I've seen that. The amount of parents who enable students at my at I need to word this. Reword this. My brain just had a little bit of a conniption. The amount of parents I've seen in my time who enable their children and make excuses for them is terrible. It doesn't teach them anything. It's giving parent shaming, which is not a surprise. And remember, this is the CEO of Elomir. She's not going to take many excuses, and she's going to use the why against you the whole time. I see her at the moment as pretty ruthless, and that's the CEO of a company where people are treating her like they do the CEOs, the second coming of God, Jesus, whatever. And She really doesn't deserve that. She is going to take the money and run. I wonder if they've been paid yet. Anyone know? Anyway.
And the only reason why they don't get it done is because they don't know why they exist on this earth.
So, in wrapping things up, you guys, I want you to just really take your mind, okay? Because your mind's very powerful. I want you to listen, okay? I want you to look around and get a clean, clear snapshot of this moment. Because the only thing you can, you know what I wish? I wish we could take this feeling and put it in a bottle, and every time you get discouraged, we're like, and then just like feel it all over again, but you can't. But there's only one thing I can give you a visual. You look around here, imagine I'm holding a piece of paper and it represents the body of how many people's here. I'm gonna fold it in half. 50% of those people in this group will not be here at the next convention. I'm gonna fold that piece of paper in half again. That group is now smaller because the next event, 50% of those people will never come back to this event again. And then I'm gonna fold it in half one more time. Because I promise you, I've seen this, and I've seen this for 15 years. 50% of those people will not be at that next event. So my whole point is this. What should you do? You need to be part of that group. That group is called the elite circle.
The 1% of people who are making money from the MLM, the elite. Same. Also, why? Why do you think people are leaving Toan? If it was such a good business model, don't understand why they would be leaving. And he wasn't in that room a year later. And who knows when this company actually went out of business. Seems very preachy for somebody who's going to jump ship to Bahrain soon.
Fight your way to be part of that circle. Don't worry about, do they like me? Should I like you? You know what's the best way to do it? You stick and stay, you'll get your pay. You go out, you work your tail off, and they will recognize you for all your hard work and dedication. So be around, guys. Be part of the inner circle because it's possible. As long as you stick and stay, you will get your pay. Thank you, guys.
Stick and stay, you'll get your pay. He finished with the most important thing. They were talking about purpose. Stick and stay, you'll get your pay. Those are the CEOs of Elomir. And I thought it was really interesting how they just were like so far apart on the stage. Like it was really, I don't know, giving distance. Didn't feel like they I don't know. It just felt a little bit cold. But yeah, that's the brains behind Elomir. You can see all those things that they're doing wrong. For people who have been in MLMs for 17 years or 15 years or whatever it was, you really have stuffed up this opening. I mean, you probably got a really big bank account, especially because you probably haven't paid your people yet because they haven't been bragging about it like they normally would. Oh, they're just not very good people, unfortunately. So let's have a look. Let's go back to VTN. When did they join BioRains? Oh, BioRains is from a year ago? BioRains. Do so 15 ad tag Team World. Team World, Bahrain's 2 years. So 2 years ago, they were not in that room, at least in 2 years. And Bahrain's health and wellness, we know it. But then why we partnered with... I'm just going to have a quick look at this because...
What's up, guys? I'm actually taking a walk real quick and wanted to chime into all you guys over there in YouTube. And today's topic, I want to talk to you guys about why Van and I chose bio rings. And I think that's very important because...
So I think they... Oh, they were still in companies up to a year ago. But it says when they are looking for a new project company, who are the owners? What are the product? Do they truly benefit others? What makes the technology or the products unique? What is the compensation plan like? Will the newest people benefit from the compensation plan? Do they have logistics, customer service ready for us? When did the company get started? What is the story? They didn't really think about that for their own company. Anyway. Curious. Alright, so these people, not nice, gross people. And they are definitely making some mistakes with Elomir. So, we'll keep an eye on Elomir and what's happening with them. And I taped a video on the... Well, see, I thought it was Veronica Bay's Zoom, right? But it was just with Anthony Napolitano. And, yeah. No, Veronica Bay. So, is he part of it? I don't know. And I'm a bit excited because one of the W5 girls hit me up in my Instagram DMs. Woo! So we'll see how we go. I've said, she said, do you really? Because I clicked on one of her Instagram like polly things, and she said, "Are you just being supportive, or are you interested?" Which I think is actually a really considerate question. And I said, "Oh, I'm just curious, but I think I might be too old, lol." So I haven't heard back from her, but we're on different time zones, so we'll see how we go. Anyway, it's Matilda. Till the constantly vaping, hookering, you know what I mean. Okay, thanks for being with me. Sorry if the dogs were barking and it was loud. Don't join Elomir, please. If you have mental illness or any sort of problems, go to a doctor. Don't go to the local Elomir lady. All right, goodbye. Please like and subscribe. Goodbye.